Hi everyone, Nicholas Lee here and welcome to day 0 of the Duty to Sell challenge. This challenge is part of phase 1, self-influence, in my influence code. I believe this is the most important, most foundational phase of my influence code because if you can't influence yourself, how can you even imagine to influence others, to help others to buy from you, to work with you, or even to agree with your ideas that you want to go for? Over the next 30 days, I feel very honored and excited to be able to share with you 30 days of exercises, training, learnings, knowledge that I've been able to acquire over the past decade and has had the chance to help hundreds of people with those teachings. I've put this down in a challenge to make it easier to follow and allow you to build a habit that will make those skills part of your daily habits, rituals, and the way you are as a person, with the end goal of allowing you to be more influential, to close more deals, make more money, and even get more out of life. So let's get going with that. Now, maybe you're here because you are a founder, a business owner, and you've just realized that sales and influence is something that you want to get better at. Maybe you've realized that sometimes you are very stressed when you get on sales conversations, and because of that, you don't do the best as you can, and you miss on deals, and you miss on money collections and things like that. Potentially, you are on this challenge because you realize sometimes you're not as motivated as you want and you want to influence yourself to do more. Or maybe you just want to help people in your family, but you don't really know how to influence them to help them get what they want in life. Now, what if you could have a skill that is part of you? This is why I call it duty to challenge. I call it an identity. And the goal for me over this 30 days is to help you to build this ability to influence at an unconscious level so that you can do it without thinking about it and you start to see results coming up to you. In most cases, you will see results coming to you over the next day, 2 days, 5 days, and this will keep on compounding as the weeks go by, the months go by, and I would suggest you keep on working on those exercises that I'm about to share with you in this challenge. Now, let me give you a quick summary of my story and what kind of got me into sharing something like this with you and also building the influence code, which I will be sharing more about in the next few videos. So, from a trade level, I used to be a chartered accountant. I'm from the country of Mauritius, which is a very small island. I moved to the UK, became a chartered accountant. In the US, it's called a CPA. So I was good with numbers, but I was terrible with words, terrible with emotions. I left my job so that I could start my own business, and very quickly, I learned that there was something called sales, which I had never heard of. Very quickly, I got the chance to sell for one of my business mentors back then, now a good friend of mine. And within a couple of hours, I lost him £30,000. And yes, I'm in the UK. At that point, I wanted the whole floor to just eat me up, right? To swallow me, because I was so disappointed with myself, but also I felt so ashamed of myself. I had learned the scripts, I had been on videos online, but I'd still lost £30,000 for this friend of mine. I was lucky enough that he was a good friend and a good mentor, and he took me under his wing, taught me more about sales, from scripts to questions to how to handle objections, and eventually I got better. I was closing £5,000 deals, £12,000 deals, 25, 40, and up to £70,000 deals in a sales conversation. Now, funnily enough, when I got to closing my deal at £70,000, I realized that I actually wasn't good in sales. I was good at collecting money, but not good in sales, because I was closing at live events where the stage speaker would have raised the status, raised the emotions of the prospects, of the people that want to buy, and it was really about just collecting the money. And the reason I realized I was bad in sales was I started to work online and speaking to people on Zoom calls. So people would book calls on my calendar as I was working with different companies, and I realized that I just couldn't close a door. I couldn't close them into buying any types of service or products, which got me back into having to study. And I invested multiple thousands into finding the best mentors out there. And one key mentor out there helped me to realize one very important thing. And you may want to write this down, by the way. And he said, Nicholas, people buy with emotions, so make them feel. And here's the thing, guys. The word feel had never existed in my vocabulary. I'm a very logical person, right? I'm an accountant. So I'd never really got into the feeling side of things. So from that day, I forced myself. I had the word feel everywhere on my laptop, and I would use it at every opportunity on my sales calls, but also in my real life. And following from that, I got better with my sales. I used feeling a bit more, especially because they were at higher kind of prices, from $5,000 to $10,000, and people started to trust me. People started to want to work with me, and eventually I was closing deals for $5,000 to $10,000 with people that were all over the world, from Australia, New Zealand, America, and it just became a norm for me. It became a habit. Eventually, within 6 months, I closed $1 million in sales. And a few months later, I doubled that to $2 million in sales. Within that period, I have done more than 2,500 sales conversations, whether live or on the phone. And I've got quite a bit of experience, and I've learned a lot in the journey. After that, I got into the world of mergers and acquisition, and I used the same skill to acquire a business that was making multiple six figures in revenue, and I bought that for £33, which some people would call a no money down deal. And using the same skills, I was able to then double the business, take it from being a loss-making business into a very profitable one, and then we've doubled and now tripled the business. Along the way, people were friends and families and past people I've worked with were asking me if I could teach them sales. And one thing led to the other. They were getting results. They were closing deals, 4K, 10K. People were hitting their company's KPIs at corporate level, which led me to start offering my services one-on-one. And one of my key clients that I really enjoyed working with, and I'm still working with right now, Ravinder, she actually closed £100,000 after working with me one-on-one for just 2.5 months. And you could see one of the videos about her in the About page, so have a quick look. But with that, I realized that there was more that I could share, more that I could give to other people regarding my sales knowledge. And that's why now I'm building this school community so I can share more of what I've learned and hopefully learn a lot from you guys, and also understand better what you're struggling with, see what else I can help you with. And this is what got me to build this school community here called the Influence Code, and also build this first challenge called the Duty to Sell Challenge, which I'm going to share with you more as to why it's called the Duty to Sell. Now, with the Influence Code, my goal is to share all of the different ways that you can sell, make money, and build your influence, not only to yourself, but to people on a one-on-one basis, to sell people and influence people on a one-to-many basis, and more importantly, how to build a long-lasting impact on people with your legacy. So that's what we're going to cover in the future in the Influence Code, but that's my story. And hopefully that inspires you, that helps you to know that even if you're terrible in sales right now, or even if you don't have any knowledge in sales, this is a skill that you can learn and that you can get better at. And hopefully I can do a good job here to share with you what I've learned and get you in a position where you feel great about selling, because I believe selling is a duty that you need to have as a business owner, because any prospect, any clients that comes to you has a problem, and if you don't do a good job at selling them your product or service, you are doing them a disservice. So we're going to go in more detail, and hopefully that will make more sense and then allow you to see it from a different perspective. Okay? Now, my goal for you in those next 30 days is to really show you a different world, potentially. Show you a different way of thinking so that you can motivate yourself better. Show you how to learn so you can learn things faster and make it part of your life so you don't need to worry about, doing exams and getting good at stuff. It will become an unconscious behavior. And this is how I've structured the 30 days so that you can learn to become this salesperson, to become this influence power unconsciously. Now, the way I teach is very particular compared to what people tend to do. I like to go and teach principles. So you may have taken a sales course, you may have learned from other people, and what you would have potentially learned is that people give you scripts for doing sales conversations. They would give you questions to ask, but what they don't give you is the level of thinking that goes behind it. Because I believe that if you understand what you're trying to achieve at every point in the sales conversation, if you understand who you need to be and how you need to think as a business owner, the script won't really matter. And you will get more from that on my next challenge, which is going to be about how to sell without scripts. Go and check it out when it's ready. But my whole goal is to allow you to be that person that can influence people in any situation without a script, and it becomes part of your life. You know how sometimes you meet people and you think it's charisma, it's confidence, and for some reason they are able to lead you, they are able to take you to places that maybe you don't want sometimes, but if it's the right thing and they take you where you need to be, then it's the right way. Okay? So now how I teach that, I like it to be, and you will see, I will seed ideas, I will seed concepts. What I mean by seeding is I will share some things that you may not be ready to take in yet, but eventually as I keep on going through the challenge and you keep on going through the phases with me, the things that I've seeded earlier will then make sense, and eventually this is how your brain will take things, and things will just make sense, right? At some level, at some point, it will feel a bit overwhelming. It will feel a bit like in the movie The Karate Kid, when Mr. Miyagi gets Daniel-san to do the, brush up and brush down. Just do the work and you will see how it impacts you on a day-to-day basis. I want it to be more at an unconscious level so that the learning is faster, but more importantly, the learning stays for longer, and hopefully it gets better and better with time. Okay. I will also teach you my 5 C's of learning in this challenge, which hopefully you can take it on board for yourself to learn other things apart from sales, but also you can teach it to your friends, to your family, to your kids. And one favor I would have to ask you though, if you feel that this 30-day challenge is valuable and you have learned a lot and you believe it will help other people, do spread the word, do ask them to join, because the more people can access this, the more people will benefit from it. And that is my goal. Okay? Now, how do you get the most from this challenge? The way to get the most from anything is to put in the work. And the way I work is I've tried to break it down as small of a step as possible to make it easy for you to take action. And the more action you take, the easier things will get as we progress through the 30 days. So every single day, I would say you don't need to do a lot of work, a lot of hours. But if you put in 20 to 30 minutes a day for the next 30 days with me on this challenge, I promise you, I can actually guarantee it, you will see changes. People around you will see changes, and you will most likely be a different person, more confident, someone that can influence them, someone that feels actually excited to go on sales conversations, and you will see potentially as well results in terms of more deal close, higher prices, and more cash collected, which will help you with the business. But I've had so many people that tell me what I've taught them actually helped them in their normal life. Like I mentioned earlier, Ravinder, one of my favorite clients, and Bav, you would have seen their videos somewhere in the About page. They were able to use those skills that I'm about to share with you in their daily life with their children, in other business ventures they've got. So it's not only about sales here, it's about a whole new way of looking at life, looking at influence, and use it to your own advantage. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to share with you how we're going to work through this together and how I'm going to show you how to maximize everything that I've got. I'm going to go and show you how the community works. It's kind of very bare bones right now because that's the first video I'm doing and no one's been through the challenge yet. But as it goes, I might redo the video, share more things, and as you share with me what you're struggling with, what your aha moments are, and what your wins are, I will be able to know what I need to change in the videos. So just to let you know, those videos that I'm creating right now are not going to be static. I'm going to keep on improving and making them better based on what you tell me. And this is how you get the most from this challenge. Make sure you tell me in the community posts, in the comments, in the aha moments, or in the aha sections, in the win sections, which I'm going to break down again how it works. So don't worry about it. I'm seeding them. It will make more sense once I go through them. But the more you can share with me, the more I can make it better for you and more relevant to you, so you get the most from this training. Okay? So let's go and have a look in the community. And I'm going to share with you one of the coolest things that I've created recently, which is the Dragons Tracker. And maybe you have already realized, but I love dragons. The reason I love dragons is my Chinese horoscope is that of the dragon. And I just love the dragon as a legendary animal. And as you can see here in the background, there's a dragon. And everything that I'm doing here is going to be themed around dragons. So if you don't like dragons, well, nothing you can do. But if you do like dragons, I hope that's going to make it even more exciting for you. But I'm going to use the theme of the dragon because I think the dragons are some of the best legendary animals that we know of. Okay, so I'm going to let's go in the community and the Dragons Tracker. Cool. So in the community, you should have access to the influence code. Let me actually save this. Okay, so if you go to the community, this is where you're going to have the ahas, the wins, the help, the dragon's mirror. Don't worry too much. Those will make more sense after the next few days. This is the thing here. And this is the community. I would say on a daily basis, every time you come here, go in the community, see what's going on, because people will share their wins, the things they've learned, and you can get to learn the same things. In the classroom, you now should be going through this one. If you get a chance, go through the start here as well, because I will explain how the influence code works and how all of those align together to make it more sense for you. The video is not ready yet, but when you get through it, surely that will be ready. So make sure you go through that as well. It will break down how the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and phase 5 work in terms of the influence code. Now, if you go into this classroom here, which is the Duty to Sell Challenge, I'm going to click on it. This is the start here. So you're going to have a video here that you're going through right now. And you're going to have this link, which is the Dragons Tracker. Here you're going to have phase 1. You can open it and you have all of the days. Phase 2 is here. You can open and close them. Phase 3 and phase 4. Okay. Now with this Dragons Tracker, what you want to do is click on this link. And with this link, it's going to open up an Excel document. Okay. All right. Now this document is the most important document you're going to be using for the next 30 days with me, because this is how you're going to be able to track what you're doing for yourself. But more importantly, there will be rewards and awards and recognition for people that get through the whole of the challenge. Okay, so this is where we're going to be able to track how everyone's doing. And so the first thing you want to do is, when you get access to this, since you're watching the day 1 training, you click on this. And as you can see, if you click on this, the number 5 comes up. That's the score you have. Okay. Then we're going to do the community post, which I'm going to do with you. But as you can see, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4 are here. All right. So this is you going through this list and making sure that every single day you take some kind of action that allows you to get closer to the goal of the challenge and being that person who can influence others. Okay. Now let's go to the community post now. If you go back to this, right, you will see that I've left this because I want to know more about you. I want to know what business you run. If you don't have a business and if you're new to it, or if you just want to learn this for yourself, feel free to leave that outside, right? But if you do have a business, do fill in what you do, okay? What is your business called, right? And if you share how long you've been in business, that also gives me more information about how I can help you better. And share what offers you do have, whether it's services, products, okay? What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do mine, so you can see how you can do yours. So I'm going to simple as that. You come here and you copy, highlight the whole thing, go on Control-C, or right-click and click on Copy, and you go to Community, and you go to Write Something. Okay. So what I'm going to put here as a title, About Me, Nicholas Lee. So you can do the same, put about me and your name, right? So I'm going to fill that in. I'm going to pause and I'm going to come back. Okay, so this is my post that I've done about me, Nicholas Lee. Same about me here. My name, Nicholas Lee. I've actually added the country, so it'd be good to know where you guys are currently. So I've put United Kingdom. That's where I'm at usually. My business, I've got a few businesses, but this one I'm going to focus on what I'm doing here in this training. So I help business owners get better at selling and influencing by providing online training, offering group mentorship and one-on-one mentorship. My main offers, I offer a school community where people can learn from me for free or join membership to get more advanced training. I offer group mentor. Now, what you want to do here, if you offer a product, do write that. I sell TVs, I sell washing machines, that's all good. If you offer coaching, share what kind of coaching you're offering, what is the industry, or maybe I'll put that here as well, my industry, sales training, okay. So that in that way I get to see a bit more about what you do and how what my training can do for you. So that would be really helpful to understand. So I will keep some spaces here because I like things. I'm very OCD, by the way, so feel free to keep things a bit cleaner as well. That will help me read it better. What you can then do, you can add a GIF to make it a bit more fun, and then you're just gonna post it. Oh, we're gonna choose a category, so I'm gonna add a category here because it's not there yet. Give me a second. Okay, so you're gonna have general. So when you do the about me, just put it as general. We're gonna put the GIF again. So hello. Okay, let's keep this one. And then we're going to post. Okay. And then that's it. So now as you can see, the post will come down here. Those are pinned posts. That's going to be from me. But as you keep scrolling down, you will start to see the ones that you've done. So that's the one I've just done now about me. What you can do, come down, read what people are doing, who they are. You get to meet friends, by the way. You could also get to build relationships, business partnerships. Who knows? Because here, a lot of the people coming here will be business owners. So yeah, feel free to connect, but please, no promotions, or keep it at a minimum. If you start to spam in the group, I will get rid of you. So yeah, please be aware, because here everyone's trying to learn, get better at sales, influence. Don't try to be the bad salesperson, because this is the exact reason why you're here, because maybe you are doing the wrong things, spamming people and trying to push them to buy, rather than getting them to come and buy from you. Okay, so that's that. Once you've done that, you want to go to your tracker again, and you want to click on community post. Okay, now the next thing for me to be able to track whether you've done all of those posts, and I will have like a $250 or $500 reward for anyone that completes the whole of the 30 days, because I know you will get results from doing every single day, every single training. Once you've done this, you come to the post you've created, click on it, and the three dots over here, you will see there's a link. Click on the link, go to your tracker. Here, when you find this, double click on it so it opens up, and you do Control V, and therefore that link comes here, so then we can go and check whether you've done those posts. Okay, and as you can see here, this thing turns green, meaning you've done the work and it's there, and now you've got 10 points out of 10 points, which is perfect. Okay, so hopefully that was quite easy to understand and easy to use, but this tracker is going to be very important for you to see where you're at, but also for us to see how you're getting on and where else we can help you. Okay, tomorrow for the next day, I'm going to break down the next few things here with the post and everything, so things are going to make more sense as well. All right, so actually this was day 0 today. I'm going to add a new line here, and we're going to call it day 0. I'm going to call it day 00, and then we're going to put okay, so we're going to have training day 0, community post, and then we're going to tick those 2 boxes. We're going to remove that one. Okay, so that was as simple as that, and yeah, I think that's it from me. Now, the other quick thing I was going to show you is with this document. So I don't know who knows and who doesn't know. Actually, I'm going to do a different video to share how you can now keep those this document very easy, like I'm doing here in those folders. If you are using Google Docs, to be fair, you could use with any types of browsers. This should all work, but I think on Google Chrome it works a lot better. So I would suggest you use Google Chrome when you're doing this challenge. The other key thing you can do, you can double speed at the video, so you can go through the videos much faster to save you time, because I know you must be very busy with your business, with your life and everything. So anything that I can do to help things be more efficient, I will share with you. At the same time, if there's anything you want me to share that are not there, put in the group. As you can see, you can put in the community. You can ask for something that you would want me to share, add. If there's anything I've shared that you're not too happy with, also let me know so we can make things better. Okay. My goal with this is going to be a dynamic, evolutionary kind of training, where it's not something that I just put there and just disappear. I will be involved in the community. I want to see how you guys are getting on. I want to see you grow, get results, because I really believe this challenge will make a big difference in many people's lives, and that's why I'm doing it. All right. So, and as I said, if you thought even this first day was or day 0 was valuable, and if you feel this challenge could be valuable for so many other people, what you need to do, very simple, you come to the About page. Actually, I'm not even sure how to do that, but you should be able to literally come here to the address bar, copy this and send it to your friends. They'll just come to it, they'll join the group, and they should be able to access the classroom. If you want, you can also just copy and paste the classroom link, send it to them in WhatsApp or wherever you are, and let them benefit from this whole training. And as you can see, this is just the first phase. I'll have more training, by the way, in phase 1 that you can benefit from. The next one is going to be the mechanical influence, which we already have 2 training that's going to go and be ready. And then this is where you keep on moving down this list and really improve your level of influence. Okay, so that was me. That was it for me. Very happy. It's 30 minutes. It wasn't too long, hopefully, but that's the longest you will have, I believe. The next one will be much shorter. Hopefully that was valuable, helpful. Let's get on to day 1 now. All right, speak to you later. Bye.